Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. Hope you guys are doing well today. And we got patch notes. It's amazing. So I've had a quick look through and uh, kind of had a look and see what the big ticket items are. I've gone through dungeons, events, and activities, and there's not actually that much really that kind of really is exciting. In terms of gameplay issues, there's a couple of bugs that's been fixed, but nothing that's going to be like game-breakingly big. We then go to. So I've not looked at local co-op. I just haven't played local co-op. The big ones. I'm just going to go straight down to the big ones. Let's have a look. Is there any of the chat ones? Just some bug fixes again. Looks like. So gameplay adjustments. This is what we're getting to. This is what we're here for. Significantly increase the XP awarded for completing nightmare dungeons. Now, completing nightmare dungeons. So it's not going to be this just one farm, one objective, and leave, come back, go again. It's going to be actually completing nightmare dungeons. Great. Significantly increase the experience gained from killing monsters in nightmare dungeons. Awesome. This is great. Helltide chests now provide substantially more bonus experience when opened. So Helltides have just become much more valuable. Significantly increased the rewarding experience from completing individual whispers across the board. Now, we've obviously just done our video where we talked about the Grim Favors chest. They're still not very good in terms of rewards, but in terms of like that 1 to 50 grind on alts, Whispers might actually be a very good option now. Fix an issue where no experience was awarded for completing the holdout style event. Oh, that's fine. General, the Helltide roaming bosses will now more consistently drop higher quality loot. That's pretty cool. Players can now teleport to their nightmare dungeon directly through the map. Awesome. Weekly bonus caches from world bosses no longer have a level requirement for open. That's pretty cool. Balance changes. Now, I haven't looked at these at all. I'm excited. So one thing, they also said we are currently working on increasing the monster and elite density of endgame content and plan to introduce this change early in season one. So it's not going to be coming out for season one; it will be early into that season, which is fine. At least we know it's coming. Balance changes. I haven't looked at any of these. You can see all still closed. I haven't looked at anything. I'm so excited. We continue in our efforts to make all class builds feel fun, powerful with another round of balance updates. In particular, we've seen community feedback stating that basic skills aren't impactful enough in combat. These changes will not change the fundamental relationship between basic skills and core skills, but they help smooth out the leveling experience while explore additional ways to strengthen them. Okay, so it's still going to be generate build a spender, but it's not going to necessarily be. They're not just going to feel as weak. Okay. We're also increasing the power of some skills that players feel are lagging behind their peers. Okay. As we look forward to future updates, we're monitoring other heavily discussed topics such as minion survivability and build parity. Okay. So I'm going to do this in a specific order. I'm going to do Rogue first. Invigorating Strike, which I've seen literally no one ever use, does 2% extra damage, still won't be taken. Blade Shift, 1% extra damage. Obviously, this is base damage, so it will scale multiplicatively. So that could increase it by 10, 20, 30, 40%, but or more. But I mean, 1% isn't going to be big enough. Primary Heartseeker. Heartseeker is one that you do use for range builds, as is Forceful Arrow. So both of those being buffed is pretty cool. Barrage has been buffed by 2%, which is interesting. Um, hmm. Okay, I think Barrage might actually see some play off that. Caltrops chill effect increased from 25%. Smoke grenade reduced by 2 seconds. Volley, I don't even know what volley is. That's really sad, isn't it? Cooldown reduction from 60 to 55 seconds on Rain of Arrows. Rain of Arrows imbuement potency increased from 20 to 30%. Now, I still don't think this is going to be taken, but it's pretty cool. I am going to try this in my Twisting Blades imbuement build because I've already got a very well rolled amulet for it. We then have close quarters combat damage bonus increase from 20 to 30%. Actually, don't. Is that literally just being close to something? Okay. Um, ooh. Uh, I looked at Eyes in the Dark and got very, very excited. But increased death trap cooldown reduced from 30 to 15% to 20 to 15%. It just means that the high rolls aren't so punishing. Oh, sorry, the bad rolls aren't so punishing, but the low rolls are still going to be the same. Okay, so overall, I think Barrage might see some play. I'm going to try out Rain of Arrows, but I don't think any other changes are going to make a difference to Rogue. Let's go. Let's go Necros. This is my second most played class. Okay, so a lot of builds use Reap for the corpse generation, and that being reduced to 4 seconds is really really big. Decompose. Base damage increased by 3%, base essence generated to 8, and reduce the cooldown of generating corpses to 2 seconds. Now, I like Decompose, and I have tried to use it before, and I think for like a shadow based Shadow Blight build, Decompose could be very, very good. So I am actually going to go back and re experiment with this. Hemorrhage, 27%. Looks like I've just buffed all the basic skills basically, which is fine. Um, I think yeah, that's just it gives you an overpower like a certain amount of casts. Oh wow, that is huge. Bone Prison cooldown reduced to 18 seconds, which obviously reduced further after that. And the fortify increased from 5 to 8%. You're basically just going to full fortify yourself if you like do the corpse tendrils bone prison combination. Crazy. Iron Maiden, which is the curse, which base damage increased to 20%, and Iron Maiden damage bonus increased from 15 to 20%. So that is if when they attack you, they take damage, I believe. I'm trying this in my support build. I think it's just going to increase its damage. I think it's just good. Bone spikes. Why don't I know what bone spikes are, and why does that sound excessive? Um, Blight corpse tendrils chance to spawn a blood orb. That's pretty nice. Minions will always. Okay, so you have now a way to target minion damage. That's interesting, and that could help. They're still very, very squishy, but that will help with targeting stuff. So I've gone and had a look at what Bone Spikes is. I actually can't figure it out unless it's the Mage's Bone ability. To have that buffed by 40%, that might actually do some significant damage. I've had a quick look at the other passives and stuff as well. The Fast Blood could make for some very interesting, like Blood Orb based builds. Flesh Rending, I think, is going to play very much into my Shadow kind of Decompose build, where, I mean, 40 essence for every corpse that decompose spawns is just insane. And bursting bone, I don't see people using this still, but I mean, some big changes for Necro. I mean, that bone prison one is just absurd. So yeah, okay. Let's have a look at sorcerer. So again, we're seeing all the base abilities buffed. Fine. Um, Oof, that's huge for my build. So an extra 10% on Blizzard, which is what the build I'm playing currently. Um, they've buffed a lot, actually. I mean, Fireball just hasn't received damage increase, which I think was part of its issue, is that it just wasn't doing great damage-wise. The problem is I don't actually know enough about Sorcerer at the moment. By the looks of it, they've received quite a lot of buffs to abilities. Like I know Frozen Orb was good in beta, but actually got nerfed. Fireball, I've heard damage is actually the bigger issue rather than mana. Incinerate, I don't ever see people running Incinerate, so they do look like they've tried to target some of the less popular builds. Ice Blades having a 10% more chance to apply vulnerable is actually pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, overall, Freezing Wake, I have actually got a D4 planner up here just to have a look at the things that I'm not sure about. Is that the skill tree? No, so I thought it was that. What is it? Freezing Wake. Oh, give me a clue, man. Not sure what that is, but it seems like a big buff, 50%. Let's go and have a look at then the Druids. Has Rabies been buffed? Rabies has had a massive buff. That's the build that I'm playing on my Druid at the moment, so that's pretty cool. What's interesting to note is that they've not nerfed anything, and I think that's the biggest thing that I'm seeing here is that nothing has been nerfed, which means that like whatever your current build is, it will perform equal to or better than it currently is the general consensus here. Looking at Barbarian, then again, haven't really played much of them yet. They're kind of the ones I'm working on at the moment. Oh, okay, so they changed the flat damage and then it'll scale further. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, like I don't see a single nerf in any of this. So at the moment, it looks like just classes in general are going to be equal to or better than they currently are in every case. They're never going to be a nerf currently. Just nothing has been nerfed. Nightmare dungeons are going to be amazing. Expect to see a video soon about me spending maybe an hour or so in a nightmare dungeon to see what it's like. But yeah, other than that, guys, go and enjoy the patch. It's been a little bit longer than I intended in the video, but yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.